Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 162 on my RLDR Custom Creations YouTube channel. It is the weekend edition, bit of an early start to that this weekend because I want to have a weekend off. Anyway, we're outside and we're working on the clubhouse again today. So, if you want to see what I'm up to today, you know what you need to do. All you need to do is stay tuned. Well, it's a beautiful sunny July morning, and yeah, we're going to be working on my grandkids' clubhouse again today. And today, what's going to happen is we're going to build a section of deck right along the bottom there, 8 feet by 4 feet, just a small one, and we're going to support it on two posts. That will be later. Well, we'll support it today, but just on some 2x4s because I have to put in some pilings to anchor everything, and I'll do that a little later. So, but we're going to get the deck framed on the ground today. I already have a lot of the pieces cut, so we're going to just continue doing the cutting, and then we'll assemble it. And then I've got a friend with a tractor, a very cool tractor, coming over this afternoon with the front end loader, and we're going to lift that thing up so we don't have to strain to get this done. So, yeah, we're going to hopefully get this all up and done today, and that's what this video is going to be about. Well, I'm at the saw. Actually, I just have 2 cuts left to do. I thought that showing you all the cuts is just repetition that you don't need to see. I'm just cutting 2 blocks here just in case. My friend Charles is coming with his tractor and front end loader this afternoon. I've got to frame all this quickly, but it shouldn't take too long. But we may need this, the platform itself is going to be 1 foot on center. And I have, like I said, I have everything cut, and but I may need to put 2 blocks in between 2 of the joists where the forks are going to touch towards the wall. So we're going to do that. I'm going to have them cut just in case we need them. So I decided to do all the cutting in my shop. I have the door open. For the little bit of cutting to build that little deck, I didn't feel it paid to drag the saw outside and run a cord and set it all up. So I just carried it in here and cut. So, and here goes the very first one. Oh, you got to plug it in. Okay, we're back. Let's make a cut. There's one. We're going to make 2 of them just in case. And I had a little bit of leftover material here, so it's not really that I'm wasting it. There we go. Okay, so that brings the cutting part of this to an end. Like I say, I did it mostly off camera, and you didn't miss a whole lot. You just saw this happen more and more. Anyway, let's move on to assembly. Well, here it is. It's pretty much all laid out. That I don't think it's in frame now, but there's a sheet of 4x8, 1/2 inch thick treated plywood. That's going to be the deck. And for right now, that's all it's going to be. I'm going to put about a 1-inch slope on it so water hits the deck and runs off. And because I'm only using 1/2 inch sheeting on the deck, I decided to go with 1 foot centers here. So there'll be a 2x6 on edge every foot. So normally I would just stand up and nail this. Pneumatic nail or a cordless nailer would be really nice. But for this little bit, it doesn't pay. And since I'm using up surplus stuff, I think they're 3.5 of 4-inch brown deck screws. I'm going to put it together with that. So that'll be a little slower, but that's what we're going to do. So I've got 2 headers or whatever construction term you want to use. that they're marked out, and I hope you can see that. I always put the marks to the outside and the X following. So the X is where the stud is going to go, but it's going to go on this side like that. Um, this whole thing finished is going to be 48 inches wide. So I'm also going to put another piece on the front edge, not against the building, and that'll act as a little bit of a beam because the support posts will be at the very end. So this should be structurally sound. It should hold up my grandkids anyway, and all four of them at the same time. So this is going to get nailed on after the assembly here is done. So what I did is, since this needs to be 48 inches, I subtracted 4.5 inches from 4 feet to give me, I believe they're 43. I could do the math again, but I have one that's marked. 43 and 7/16 is what I cut them. So I should have a little bit of wiggle room, just like a 16th isn't much, but it should work. So what I'm going to do is screw this all together, and then my friend is going to be here with the tractor at coffee in the afternoon, and we're going to put it up. So that should be fun. So anyway, I am going to get started. 1, 0. Well, I'm rolling right along here. Doing it with the impact is fairly slow. Um, these are 4-inch screws, so I've only been putting 2 in. I think I have some junk 3.5-inch screws. This just takes too long with this thing, and three or 3.5 would be lots. But these suck it in really good. So I'm just going to do one here for you, but you can see this is starting to come together. Pretty good material I got, so it should be good. So here we go. There we go. And I've been using this little square just to make sure that they're square. If I was standing up, I could eye it, but I'm doing this the old fogey way, so I'm on my knees here. So, okay, let's put this one in. There. Yeah, that's a bit slow, but I've only got 2 more to do here in the field, and then the ends we're going to double up. But I might put the other side on, and then put the doubles on the ends. And then we'll throw the sheet on, square it, and away we go. So we'll be back. Well, we moved around to the other side. Just important that you make sure that your X's are following just like they were on that side, because you don't want things to go off plumb, or not off plumb, but not parallel. So we're going to screw these on. We're going to put that double on the other side, and there's 2 left over, and they're going to go inside in doubles. So there'll basically be a double on 3 sides of this, and this side gets screwed to the building. So I think we're in pretty good shape for this. I'm kind of on the wrong side to show you this, but you already saw me put one in. So let's see if I can put one in kind of left-handed here. Maybe I'll just pick an easier one. I'll pick this guy here. I'm not as good left-handed. And you notice when I put these in, I didn't crown them. What I mean by crown is check them for bowl. All natural lumber has bowl. But in this case, I cut these are 2x6 studs, so I cut them approximately in the middle, so any bow that they had got distributed between the 2 pieces. So they are really nice and straight. So I checked them. I didn't show it to you, but it doesn't matter. They're going to be fine. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, these will, probably one of them just holding it a little bit. It didn't go completely tight. There we go. That'll do. Okay, let's give it one more. And then you've seen this all again. And not bad for left-handed though, eh? Like, I did it. Shouldn't be bragging. Yeah, this isn't fast, but hey, I'm old. What can I say? Anyway, I'm going to continue. I'm going to screw this together. We'll bring you back when we put the double on the end. I'll actually have to have those in first, but we're getting there. So away we go. Well, it's all together. I screwed the doubles on the both ends in from the end. I have to screw them this way yet too, but I'm going to put the double on here now, get it even, and I turned, like again, this is straight, so I just made, once the sheeting is on, I try to make the outside look the best I could. Not really the way you should do it when you're framing, but that's what I did. And I've got 3-inch screws here, which I think is enough. So we are going to make sure this is even, and it is. Oh, of course, you always hit the other screw, the screw below it, dead on. I don't know, you would think that that wouldn't be that, the odds of that happening wouldn't be that good, but apparently that's very good. So we'll try that again. Move it over a little bit. There we go. There. Just going to check the other end here, just make sure it's good. Yep, that looks perfect. And we're going to tack it here. There we go. And now we're just going to screw it together. And I'm using up screws from other projects. They're still new, they're not used, but I am running out. So I'm going to put some screws in and come on. Come on. There we go. So we'll put 3 in each one. Okay, do I have another one? Yes, I do. Okay, it's even all the way along. I just have to screw this together. You don't need to see all of that. So we'll bring you back when we're putting the sheet on. Well, it's screwed on. I didn't do the ends. I ran out of screws. I have to go back into the shop and look to see if there's some 2.5 or 3-inch screws that I can use. Excuse me. But yeah, so it's time to throw the sheet on. I can do those from the ends. Even once it's up, I can do those. So that's not a big deal. And it's a little after 1 o'clock right now, and I'm expecting the tractor to lift at about 3. So I need to get that sheet on and get some markings on the building so that we can attach it and then have some temporary supports here to hold the other end up until I get the cement poured and get the foundation fork made. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sheet on, and the sheet is square. I'm going to screw it on this side, keep it flush to the 2x6, ends even, and then when I'm done, if it's out of square, I'll just adjust the floor to the sheet and it'll be good. That's the way I was taught to do it, and who knows, maybe there's a better way now, but that's what I'm going to do because it's mine. Okay, the sheet. Okay, this is green plywood. And in Canada, I would refer to this as PWF sheeting, preserved wood foundation. I sure hope you can see me. This is a common foundation material. Basements are built with this. And that looks pretty good. I have a bad edge up at the top here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I've got that started. And this actually works really well. Could maybe have a little longer screws for this, but I'll just maybe put a few more in. I'm not expecting much difficulty with this because everything was so nice and straight. There we go. And I just start adjusting the sheet up and down. That'll do. I think these are only 1 1/4 inch screws. Maybe should have opened up my box of 2-inch. And these aren't very good. Ouch. I like Robertson screws. Obviously, being Canadian, that would be my screw of choice. But you can get bad batches too, where the screw bit won't fit properly. And that's something that could have happened here. Ouch. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's a little out. And then if you have to adjust it, it's best to be on it. Because your weight, that's going to do. Because your weight kind of holds it once you tap the sheet where you need it. Just good old framing technique that I learned a lot of years ago. It's sticking over just a wee bit at that end, and I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, this looks good. And I can see it's a little out there, so we'll have to shift the floor this way yet, but that is not a big deal. Kind of expecting that. That looks good. This one's going to be, okay, it went in. It was a little sticky going into the bit. But oops, there we go. All right, so now it's about 3/16 out of square. So now that's even. I'm going to pin it here, and I'm going to go check the other end to see what it looks like. Okay, let's go take a look. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to screw this one down here to hold it square. There we go. That should be good. Yeah, those old framing habits come back to me when I'm working on stuff like this. But there might be more modern ways of doing it now. But in the end, square is still square. And this is. So I think what I've done is okay. But if you do it differently, let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm going to screw this whole thing down. It's just more of this, and you've already seen that. So what I did is I put the least knotted side up. There's going to be I would say about a 1-inch slope on this when I put it up, so that the rain runs off. And for now, I'm not going to put anything on it. We're almost in August already. Chances are we're not going to get a lot of rain, and winter the snow comes, and that only gets wet in spring, so usually. So that's what we're going to do. So with that in mind, I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to go get the building ready to accept this, and then wait for my friend, and we'll have some tractor action in this video today. That'll be exciting.
Well, the tractor was a really, really good way to get this thing lifted up. It wasn't all that heavy as far as building structures go, but it was really, really handy. Charles does a great job operating, and that tractor of his is really quite a piece of art, actually, because he has built the loader and the cab on that thing, and it is wonderfully done. Here we are, we're lifting it up. I've sped this up a little bit because it got pretty long, but this way you can see we kind of got it in position, and then we decided that we needed some blocks at the right height. So here we are deliberating and debating, and there I come with the blocks, and yeah, we're going to put those up right away and basically get this thing up against the wall so it can't come off. And it's just so much safer and better to do it this way than the way I would have probably done it had I had to do it by myself. I was thinking of using a jack-all or some method of concocting it up there, but this was safe, it was slow, we could control everything really, really well, and it worked out super, super well. And Yeah, getting back to the tractor, I'm not sure exactly what year it is, but I believe it's a little diesel. And like I say, he built the loader himself and the cab as well. And the cab especially is a work of art in my opinion. It's really, really, really well done. And maybe we'll do a video in the future on his progress on that cab. So, but anyway, here we are. We're getting close. We've got the blocks in place and setting it down in there. Now it can't come back at all. So, and just getting some temporary bracing in to hold it up for a little bit here. The one disadvantage, I shouldn't say a disadvantage, this is a really small tractor, but his loader doesn't lift terribly high because the tractor is fairly small. So Charles had brought along a bunch of dunnage blocks, and he put those on the forks, and that gave us the extra height to lift the deck more or less to the point we needed it. I had mentioned that I thought I'd put about a 1 inch slope on the deck, but that's way too much. So in the end, after we got this adjusted, I spent a little bit of time adjusting, and it's got about a 1/2 inch of slope, which I think is where it's going to stay. So anyway, thank you, Charles, for all the help in this, and this was a lot of fun.
Well, there it is. A couple of things that happened when, and I forgot to shoot video of it, and I'm just going to point them out now. I think you can see this where I've got you set up. I put a couple of layers of tar paper, or 60-minute paper as we call it in Canada now, underneath this, and snapped a line across or drew a line across, made it level. I put it 1 inch below the bottom of the door sill, so there's a little bit of leeway there. And I haven't got this end set yet. Right now it's probably got about a 1/2 inch of slope, and that might be enough, I'm not sure. I'll kind of play that by ear. So I have to finish screwing that on yet, but it's solid for right now. I might brace these a little bit so that if somebody can kick this out and have this fall down. Although there's nobody else in my backyard but me, so that probably won't happen. The big picture though is I have some brown treated 4x4s, 2 of them, and what I'll do is I'll mount them up here the way they're going to be. I think I'll notch them and make it so they sit on the doubles sit on them, and then it'll go down. I'll level it and I'll put some, I'm thinking about maybe a 1 or 2 foot deep little piling. This whole building's floating anyway, so it's not, I don't need to go 12 feet to get below frost. Yeah, it's 12 feet here. That's what buildings are. So basically, just to hold that, and then I'll put one of those metal 4x4 support pieces with a piece of rebar on it, so while the cement is wet, I'll push it in, let it dry or let it harden, and then mount the 4x4 in here. So one at this end and one at this end. So this is very much the way it'll look. What I like about this is it's going to keep the snow away from here. I hope you can see me. And that'll help. And up above, I'm sure my grandkids will like playing up there, and I have a railing for it already, or at least part of it, so we'll get that done yet. And that's about it. So just a big thank you to my friend, high school buddy Charles, with his amazing little tractor. And I don't know if you caught it, but that cab on that tractor he built, and it is amazing. In fact, I think we're going to talk to him about maybe doing a little bit of a video on my channel about that tractor cab, because it is amazingly well done. So anyway, with that in mind, thank you, Charles. Thanks for the help. And I think that brings this to a close. So I got as far as I wanted to today, which was good. And we're slowly making progress on this playhouse, or not playhouse, clubhouse. So anyway, This was the weekend edition, so we'll see you probably after the long weekend, or I have to look at the calendar, see what's going on. But yeah, there's more things planned, more things to show you. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. A friend of mine who also has a channel has 402 or 3 subscribers and has set a goal to hit 1,000 by Christmas. That would be a great goal, and I'm a little ahead of that. So yeah, remember, like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. And we will see you in August.